you actually don't lift as much because you're not pushing off your forefoot. So that means that you're not getting as much hip flexion, and it also means you're not getting as much ankle flexion. So with that ankle flexion, or that lack of ankle flexion and the lack of hip flexion, you actually end up putting a lot more of your body weight onto your ankle as well as your knee and, of course, your hip joints. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the difference between running, jogging, and sprinting. Now, to the untrained ear, that may sound like the exact same movement. However, today we're going to be talking about the biomechanics of all three and why each gait pattern actually is quite different. And one of them actually can lead to injuries. So let's first talk about running. Running is something that we all know and some of us love. It's what we see in the treadmills, we see what we see in gyms, see people running around tracks, and of course in races. We all do it because we know that it helps us burn calories, it helps us improve our cardiovascular, meaning that our cardiovascular system will be greatly improved. Not only does it make your heart beat better, but it also helps increase your lung capacity. And we also know that it's great for our mental health. Whenever you want to go out and clear your mind, you heard that saying, I'm going to go for a run and clear my mind. So yeah, great thing. Highly recommend. I would say if you're not doing it now, you try to train yourself to at least be able to do it once a week for 30 minutes. All right, so that's what I love. What I don't love is jogging. It's its arch nemesis. It's its super villain. It is the thing that a lot of people are doing, and they don't realize that it's not so good for you. And the reason why it's not so good for you is because it's a modified run. It's not necessarily something that is the same as a run, but it does kind of more or less mimic the mechanics of a run. The mechanics that you need, however, are going to be limited. And because of those limitations, when you're taking each step, you're actually doing more harm to your joints than good. Let me explain what I mean. So with each step, when you're lifting your knees up, you actually don't lift as much because you're not pushing off your forefoot. So that means that you're not getting as much hip flexion, and it also means you're not getting as much ankle flexion. So with that ankle flexion, or that lack of ankle flexion and the lack of hip flexion, you actually end up putting a lot more of your body weight onto your ankle as well as your knee and, of course, your hip joints. Now, what happens, essentially why that is because you're not offering your hips enough recoil when it comes to lifting your knees up. So that means that you are essentially putting all 700 pounds, if you weigh 100 pounds, of your body weight onto your joints and your bones. Your body actually essentially absorbs 7 times your body weight with each step when it comes to sprinting. It's a little known fact. So, listen, the best thing for you is sprinting. Sprinting is a really good exercise for you because it's a natural human movement. It's something that we've been essentially, because of our dynamics, because of the way our body is anatomically built, we are predisposed to be bipedal locomotors, essentially being people that sprint quickly and then they get some rest. That's essentially how our energy systems are built. That's essentially how our body is built. So we are built to sprint. However, not a lot of people train to sprint. A lot of people train to run. But I would highly recommend that you train yourself to sprint because not only does it look cool and you can get to point A to point B a lot faster, but it helps you improve your muscle mass. It helps you improve your joint strength. As I said before, each step that you take puts 7 times your body weight on each one of your joints. So if you continually can do that, you can train yourself to do that. That obviously will improve your muscle strength as well as your joint strength. Now, not only that, but it also helps you with your growth hormones because you are putting that essentially that tension on your joints and your muscles. You're going to encourage your body to increase your growth hormones as well as your testosterone. These are the 2 hormones that help you with muscle building and muscle recovery. All right. So, and of course, it's great for burning sugars. It helps you with burning fat because they're helping burn the excess sugar in your system, and it helps you get into that oxygen burning, aka fat burning stage sooner. So if you can increase your sprinting, that means it's going to make your running that much more effective. All right, so those are the 3 exercises that essentially equate to running. As I said before, sprinting is my favorite of all of them, running being second, and jogging would be the one that I'd actually recommend nobody to do at all. All right, so hopefully that answers any of your questions about sprinting running and jogging. If you have any more questions, I'd love for you to write them down below in the comment section. Also, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, click on that subscribe button. And I guarantee you, you will be notified when the next video, just like this, comes out. All right, thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep good company.
That's awesome!